Welcome guys to this Christmas-centric video of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. And yes, it's the season of givings. And just so that you guys know, the reason that we have starters up here is because we are doing giveaways. So if you check out our 40 facts on something Space Marine related, something Orc related, and something or Tau related, we're giving away those boxes for you guys because it is the Christmas season.
'Tis the season to get starter collecting boxes.
This question.
This one's by Xops Merc. Do you guys think that Dante will get the Primaris upgrade, just like Calgar, since he's so old? He's just about 1,600 standard Terran years old. So yes, to put it simply, do you think we'll be getting more Primaris upgrades for the Space Marines? I think so.
Especially with named characters. I'm really excited to see how they do Lysander. Because Lysander has Terminator armor, but the actual model is like really small. And if you compare him to the Primaris Marines, he's a dwarf.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really cool to see a Primaris-sized Terminator dude. Because Terminators right now, they're not Primaris, right?
No. If you've got aggressors, which are kind of like Terminator armor, but they're more like Centurions in like their armament. But yeah, definitely I want to see Dante don the new Primaris. Because just imagine a Primaris with wings. That's pretty crazy.
I think we're going to see the return of Sanguinius along with those Primaris models. But, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because, I mean, this is kind of a way to, like, replace your old models, which GW said wasn't going to happen. But, I mean, you can't play your old Calgar. And, like, it just looks so much better, like, the model itself.
Yeah. Next one. This one comes from I'll Be Damned. Gershwan. So I asked the question, what does cis mean? And the answer is, cis comes from High Gothic, meaning same, as in same side. This is to contrast with trans, which means crossover. Any self-respecting Imperial citizen would know that. Come on, guys, or however else you identify. I don't think that's true. I don't think Imperial citizens know High Gothic. They are most likely common Gothic or Low Gothic, because they usually are workers or what have you. So, I'll be damned. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, because it's bad for your health. But at the same time, thank you for explaining that to me. Now I know what cis, meaning same, gender means. I still think it's kind of dumb, but whatever. Why would you call yourself cisgender? Why don't you just say, no, I'm straight. It is what it is. Next one.
This one's by State of Mind. Is there anyone in Warhammer 40K who doesn't take everything so serious? Someone like John Grammaticus, an immortal who just travels for the fun of it, knowing that no one can really do him any harm.
I feel like really what you're asking is, when are you guys going to do a 40 facts on John Grammaticus?
He's a pretty cool guy.
We haven't done it.
No, I did Olanius Pius, which he's also part of the Cabal. Well, yeah. But I feel like John Grammaticus is like the Star-Lord of 40K. Like, he's got a sense of humor. He's out there, you know, patrolling. But, yeah, sounds like a good plan.
What book is he from? Do you know?
No, not off the top of my head.
Okay. Next question comes from God Emperor Pierogi, sorry. Is there any possibility to get rid of the Chaos Gods other than starwing them? Maybe if the Emperor himself challenged them one by one? No, there's no way to get rid of those Chaos Gods because they're emotions. In order to get rid of the Chaos Gods, you have to get rid of their fuel, which means you have to get rid of humanity. And if you get rid of humanity, GW goes out of business, which is why they put so much attention into the Imperium, because at the end of the day, everybody collects an Imperial army. The Xeno are just secondary. But I'm digressing. What was the question? Oh, how do you destroy the Chaos Gods? You could, like, entrap them. Like in Hercules, the movie, the Disney one, when the, what were those giant, what are they called? Colossus? No.
You're talking about like the rock one, the lava one.
What are they called?
They were the Titans.
The Titans.
The Titans.
You could put them behind like bars and whatnot. That would be kind of cool, of like suppressing sexual urges. So you like suppress Slanesh, you suppress like war, which probably wouldn't happen, but stuff like that. But as far as killing an emotion or killing the gods, you can't, just because the emotions will always be there.
It's like humanity, emotion are tied so close to it, so it's not gonna happen. Like if you just make humanity emotionless, you're basically making them into servitors.
Yeah. And then he has a second question. Assume that the entire Eldar and Tau forces suddenly appear just outside the solar system. Do you think they could breach Imperial defenses and capture Terra? Yeah, I think so.
It's happened before.
Yep.
When it happened. Well, I'm just saying Terra's defenses have been breached before.
Gotcha.
So it could happen again.
Because there's a lot of craft worlds, and these craft worlds are planet size.
They can be very crafty at times.
And then, of course, you have Tau and all their auxiliaries showing up. That would be a cool battle. Why don't you think, or why do you think that the Tau and the Eldar aren't better allies?
Because the Tau, well, one thing is, I think that since they're so powerful psychically, they might have a way around the controlling aspect of the ethereals. And two, like, I don't feel like the Eldar will ally themselves with anybody else because they feel like they're so superior. Especially from, like, a very young race like the Tau.
I see.
I mean, yeah, they allied with the Space Marines, but that was to bring back their god. And I don't think they need the Tau for that. Unless you bring in Farsight, and his sword is one of the Crone swords. But
then,
will that happen?
We'll see.
This one's more for you.
Oh.
Vane Logan. Why do the orcs have a Cockney accent?
Because of their throat composition. I don't know. I really don't know.
Because the voice actors they chose.
Yeah. We're having a D&D, we're playing D&D, and in D&D there's a guy who role plays and he actually speaks. He changes his voice, and I was thinking we should start doing that. And I'm practicing my African accent.
You have an African dwarf?
An African dwarf. Oh yeah, I play a dwarf who's also a druid, and it would be awesome to have a African accent or an orc accent.
Which is a Cockney accent.
Yeah, but
it's funny because, like, when he does his voice, it's almost like a British accent. And it's funny because, like, his race is a half-orc.
yeah, so he should have that.
Yeah.
Well, what's your race? What race do you play?
I'm a high elf.
You're a high elf?
High elf warlock.
Next question. I have one from Vault777 Overseer. If Morgan Freeman or Samuel L. Jackson were Primarchs, what would their Marines be like? They would always wear wigs if it was Samuel L. Jackson. Now, if it was Morgan Freeman,
they'd always have to narrate what they're doing. So they like talk in third person.
Yeah.
They'd narrate Happy Feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Samuel L. Jackson Marines, like for their symbols or insignias, they should have like a plane with like a snake on it.
Snakes on a plane. Somebody commented, black. Their Marines would be black.
Oh, salamanders.
Yeah. Next question.
This one's by Brandon Graham. Oh, wise ones. What do you know about the Space Marine chapter, Angels of Fire? They're not technically the gene sons of Vulcan, but they show absolute disdain for mortals, and it's downright rude to Yarick in the novel of Hell's Reach. And they also fought in Armageddon. So, they're Space Marines. There's a dog barking.
Yeah.
So they're Space Marines, who apparently don't like humans. They're addicted to Yarick. They're fighting in Armageddon, but I guess that's it. I don't know. You tell me. That dog is very distracted.
Yeah, he's the neighbor's dog. The warp neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's dogs in the warp. I think they're called warp hounds. And I don't think they're chaotic. I think they just exist.
Kind of like vampires.
Yeah, like vampires or enslavers.
Are they like poodles or like chihuahuas or just like running around?
They look like hellhounds.
Nah.
Next question comes from Zoltan Nemes. Or Nemes. Can it be that the Blackstone Fortress are arcs of intergalactic travel made by the Old Ones? No, they're weapons.
Yeah.
We are like the lore already states that the Old Ones created them as weapons to fight in the war in heaven. They're not really that. In the center of them is a webway portal, and the webway portal can be accessed and everything. So in a way, it's like it's just like an all-encompassing fortress. I guess that's what you would call it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not just a big gun in space. Like,
Yeah.
It's more than that.
Yep.
Marcel Goussard. I've read somewhere that Corax actually has turned into a shadow raven monster because of his time in the warp. Is this true?
That's what I heard too.
I doubt it, because I don't think they'd make a loyalist Primarch into a like demonic form. It's probably just like a
rumor.
But yeah, I doubt GW would do that. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to see like a shadowy raven monster thing, but nah, Corax will stay Corax.
Yeah. Next question comes from John Vargas Feliz. Marry, kill, and bang anybody in the 40K universe. Go. I would marry the Emperor because then, I am royalty, basically.
Well, hold on. Do those laws still apply? Or like does it depend on what state you're in?
It depends on Terra. And the Terran nobility would be like, that's the Emperor's bay. I would kill the Emperor after I marry him, because then I could take his stuff. And then I would bang
The Emperor's corpse.
Yeah. Because I'm nasty like that. What about you?
I would marry the Emperor's corpse after you've banged it. Because then, like, it'd be in my possession. Then, since the Emperor's probably a perpetual, he'd come back. And he'd be like, whoa, what's going on? Then I'd kill him. And then I'd screw it again.
Yeah, that's cool. Next question.
That's very heretical of us. Wow.
We essentially revived, killed, raped, and what is that called? Necrophilia. What is the action of? What is performing necrophilia? What is that term? To necrophy? I don't know.
To necrophy?
We just did really nasty things. Like
Wow, I can't believe I said that. Exterminatus, I need it now.
You go outside. Exterminatus me! Orbital bombardment.
And it's just like a Saint Celestine comes out with her burning sword, and just bops me on my nose.
I'll scratch on the tip of the nose. Next question.
Ivic Henry. Do female Tau actually have mammary glands? Is there anything that refers to the actual biology of the Tau? Did the Watercast lie to humans about them having big titty Tau women? Is this why the Sound Alchemist is a weeaboo mech player? Do Chaos Space Marines also store pee in their balls? It's a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to decipher every single one of them.
Yes.
To everything.
To everything.
In your latest Cribs episode, I saw that your screensaver is very heretical.
It is. You gotta do it for the culture.
Next,
Again, Exterminatus, take me.
next question comes from JDI35. Could an individual be granted the blessings from all Chaos Gods? Yes. They are worshipping Chaos Undivided, And his name is... What's his name? Bellacorn? No.
Wait, what was the question?
Can you be blessed by all 4 Chaos
Oh,
Gods?
yeah, it is Bellacorn.
It's Bellacorn?
Mhm.
Yeah, so Bellacorn has had that happen to him.
He needs a new model because, like, compared to all the other, like, greater demons and stuff, he's really tiny.
Yeah.
It looks cool, but it's just small.
Yeah. His actual, like, it's a very basic thing, too. He's just a demon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Next one.
Great Fool. Could there be a chapter that goes traitor to worship the Catans? And if so, who would it be?
Could it be a chapter?
Yeah, so he's saying, could a Space Marine chapter not fall to chaos, but still go renegade and worship the Catan?
Yeah, I think what would end up happening is that they would worship a form of the Catan, believing that it was the Emperor, and they would most likely be a chapter that is tech-centric. So a lot of tech priests and a lot of, like, vehicles and stuff like that, and they would use the Catan's power to, like, boost up their, whatever, their fleets and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I could easily see, like, the Deceiver doing something like this, because he's been known to, like, change his appearance and stuff like that. He's been known to deceive.
He would, yeah. You could even bring in, like, Imperial Knights. You could bring in the Adeptus Mechanicus, like anything technological. You can include into that. That'd be a really good chapter. Somebody needs to create it now. Martin Cauliflower. Which smells worse, an orc or a plague demon of Nurgle, such as Nurgling or the Great Unclean One? It depends on what type of plague this Unclean One has. If you check out our 40 facts on the plague companies, each individual company has its own disease, and some of them are, of course, going to smell worse than others. But more than likely, I think that a Nurgle plague anything would smell a little worse than an orc, just because as humans we are naturally we evolved to be disgusted by smells of, like, disease and death, because that's bad. You want to stay away from that. Whereas we didn't evolve trying to stay away from smelly orcs. Yeah. And last question.
I thought that would be the last question. I wasn't ready.
I have one from Nofux Givens. So Nofux Givens. What would suck more, to be eaten by a ripper or a squig? I think a squig, because a squig would, like, it's not strong enough to completely kill you, so it just, like, bite you a bunch of times.
Well, is it like a bomb squig? What type of squig is it?
It's a hair squig.
Oh.
So hair squigs are really furry, and they like to just bite down and hold on to whatever it is that they're biting. So if you're getting eaten by a hair squig, that thing is just gonna latch on and it's just gonna, like, suck on your head for the rest of your life.
Oh.
Whereas
Which head is it?
Whereas rippers,
they're gonna rip you off.
yeah, and it's a quick and painless death. Maybe
Like, hey, I paid 20 shillings for that, or 20 thrones. That's our currency.
thrones. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, you paid me 100. Too bad. Those rippers.
Yep. And those were the questions.
You can just see the disappointment. Yep. Let's end it. Exterminatus me.
Those are the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. And don't forget, we have the giveaways going on. Merry Christmas to you and your family, because I think we'll get another video in next week, but we'll see. So if you don't see us,
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hopefully you guys have some epic 40K Christmas presents that you can let us know down in the comments.
Yes.
Sound Alchemist?
Gersh1.
We are.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.